Jets taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl.
No, that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
Up to make the stop, the Jets safety Jamal Adams. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He was taken down by the Texans' Jadeveon Clowney.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On the counter, Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. A first-time Pro Bowler, here's James Conner of the Steelers. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down for Patrick Mahomes. What a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
On second down now, it's Conner, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at
blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Tremendous read and have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first and 10, here's Breeze. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 21, it's second and 10. Here's Breeze. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would...
He thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead,
pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Jarrell Casey just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky? And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to which...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. Ertz over the middle. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So it's 1st and goal, and he will carry this one in. Touchdown NFC. Ezekiel Elliott. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the NFC has taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Yellow.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname, Automatic.
Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he gets it to his KC running mate. That's Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. This will be taken in at the 1. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off.
Holmes. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first.
Looking for Kelce there, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he stopped immediately there. Kyle Fuller of the Bears up to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
The NFC takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Wilson now off the bootleg. Hurts has it left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the fourth. On first down, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
To throw is Wilson. And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and that takes us from second to third down. Wilson. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Room to run inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And a short gain down to about the 33. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. Throwing on second and 8. Wilson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Bernardrick McKinney. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. 3 points separating these two sides with one of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Rosas has pushed it to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's third down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down. Mahomes throwing on fourth. They complete it to Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. He's back to throw. That one complete to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He'll look to throw, and this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be taken in at the 1.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Throwing now is Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that'll make it 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Here's Wilson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. This time, the extra point up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. To throw is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. One final try for Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody. Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Yeah. Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Southwest is a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
I'm going to put it to you simply. I want you to be our starting quarterback. And I'm talking from day one. If you work hard, you focus, and you commit, you're not only going to graduate here with a 4-year degree, we're going to win a national championship together.
Who's it gonna be? Okay. Big decision, no pressure.
taking star starting quarterback out. They're turning to a kid who's never taken a snap in college. Not one.
Look, their game plan isn't complicated. Drop back, scan the field, and throw it to Isaiah Street. That's what got them to the college football playoff, and that's what's going to keep them in this game.
Drop back, scan, and throw. We're not sure the new kid can do any of these things. Don't you think that's a little harsh, Nate? 4 years ago, he was a 5-star recruit. They had high hopes for this dude.
Does not say something right there. What happened to that trust?
Coach, you want to see me?
Come in. I want you to be the first to know that Marcus Washington decommitted last night. And he's coming here.
What? That doesn't make any sense. You said I was going to be the starter. You promised me. And I'm just as good as he is, too.
He's the #1 recruit in the country, son. And there's no guarantees in college football. I'm sorry. Here are the transfer papers.
So I'm going just like that?
I assume that's what you'd want.
I'm not going anywhere. Bring him in. I'll win the job. You'll see.
If you're the coach, how do you let 5-star talent waste away on the bench for this long?
No. Better question is, if you're a young 5-star recruit, why do you stay with a coach that doesn't play you?
Because he's got something to prove. To who? To that coaching staff, man. I mean, the same group of guys who spent the last 4 years telling him, you're not good enough. He's got to prove it to those guys.
Yeah, take this.
All right, gentlemen. Like Coach and I always say, second you step off this bus, you're on a business trip. So we got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Oh, you ask me, you're the guy to get it done.
was a team effort. I'm just blessed to get the opportunity. Anyone in my shoes would be looking to be here right now, so
I couldn't have done it without my coaches. All week they put this game plan together and we just work every day to make it work out on the field, so it's all for them.
Look, guys, I just want to thank my O-line because they gave me the time to get those passes off, especially when I'm trying to go downfield like that. That was all them. Look, guys, I just want to thank my O-line.